Welcome back to the Artisan of Glimmith. I accidentally clicked on this puzzle as I was about to exit, so I guess I'm gonna do one more. um, each region must have, one of these, and there's a Gemini, which means that whatever is here and whatever is here have to have the same shape. If this were to go that way, it would do that. And that would mean I don't think that would work. Well, I know this region must take all of that. And this region must take all of that. They could right now be the same shape, like this. And yeah, that'll do it. They're going to do that and that. Okay. Well, I've got this session started, so there are Polyomino and Gemini. All four of these are different. There are 25 total, and each of those is a 5. They're all pentomino, which means the 5th region must be the same as one of the other 4. So if this were to do that, this would have to do that, and this would have to do that. And this would have to do that, and this would have to do that. So I think we can say that that's not the way it's going to work. If this one is not taking those, and it's apparently not, then it must be either that, that, are there any other possibilities? It's not doing that. Yeah, it's got to take those 3 and either go like that or go like that. So we can say that that is part of it. If this were to take that, that would mean that this one would do that, and that would break. So we're going to have this one do that. Now, in order for this to be part of that Z shape, we get that. Which means this And now that. And finally, it's that one to finish it. Hi, what are you doing back there? Okay, let's find our way up here through these. Ooh, polyominoes and deltas. This one cannot go there because all of the polyominoes are the same. The given polyominoes. That means that has to be that, that. So there's that one and that one. Now we don't have mingle here. So they can be the same where they're touching as long as it's not where they're on a delta. This one cannot take that space, but it can be here. Now that has to be that way. I know this is not a single, which means this one, while it does have to come up here, can't take that, which means it's doing that. This one has to come out here. I don't know what else it's going to do yet. That could just be a single. This one is going to have to take that. It could come down here. It could be there. But either way, it's taking that space. I don't know how. So this one is not taking that space. Now, it also isn't taking that space because that one gets that space. And they're not the same. Therefore, where this one sticks out has to be over here. That tells me, well, this is going to be part of a T, which means this is not part of a T. So this doesn't come down here. It has to do that. Single there, and that tells us this one is going to do that. Fill those in. And that finishes it off. Continuing on. Each region contains exactly one of each symbol. We have Gemini and we have polyominoes. There are exactly 4 regions. This and that are the 2 regions which are not that and that, because there's no way that they could be part of that and be that shape. So that is that, that is that, or, well, no, it couldn't even be the other way around. But all this stuff up here has to be taken care of by these, which must be the same. And they have to get out here to take care of everything down here. And they need to interact with the holes so that the shapes of the green and blue region remain the same. Ooh. How? That would be creating that shape, which would have to be, yes, got it, in one. Okay. That and that are the same. They are. Good. Okay. This does that. And this does that. Give me blue there. Now this one can just do everything over here. And this one can just do everything over here. We can come up to this one. No, not the same thing again. Ooh. Ooh. Rose windows, Gemini polyometer. There's no hole. There's no hole. Okay. These two shapes need to work together to make something symmetrical. Like that would not be symmetrical. And also it wouldn't even have touched that. That is not the same. What if it's this way? This is still missing one. It needs to take that to match, but it needs to take that. Huh. This Gemini The Gemini up top is saying that this shape and this shape are the same. There's no way that those are these, therefore these are those. And these two have to fill in the bulk of the puzzle. The maximum range of anything here is 3 from here and from here. But from here, so we know that these have to take those and all of those. 3 from here means those. How to do it. If this does that, there you go. That's the one. Okay. We have one. No, don't use that. Just give me some other color. The blue here. This will do fine. Okay. There. That is a symmetrical shape overall. So we just fill that in and fill that in. Hello. We've done 8 of the forest trailhead. Out of 18. I think that this continues down here, but I'm not sure. We have, this is different. We have precision and mingle shape. These two cannot be separate, because if they were, they would be touching, and mingle shape says they can't be. So they're the same. Now, the only way that makes that shape is to do that. Same happens over here with that. These two have to be part of the same shape. They could take that one and that one, or that one and that one. I don't know. It must be 4. These two do the same thing. They could take that one and that one. No. Precision says that has to take that. Yeah, precision. Okay. Now, these can come out here. This comes out. That could just cross that. This is here. It can't be part of that or that. We do have mingle shape. This can't be an L. And this one has to do that. We take that. If this were a T, it couldn't go here because of that one. And it is a T. This one, if this went up here, we would be breaking this one. There. Was that part of this one? Yes. Aha. Precision and polyomino, we don't have mingle. However, we can do that and see that this one has to take that one. And that's going to have to be that. Now this 4 has to just do that. Precision is going to... This can't be that, so it's got to do that. Right, yeah. Then this one has to do that. Whatever this is, well, it's that. This one comes out here. This has to be a different shape than that because it would be 5 otherwise. So this one comes out here and it's done. We don't know yet what that one does. This one comes out here. Precision and polyomino. That one. Well, if this one came out all the way to here, that one would be broken. So it's got to go horizontal. And it can't go all the way to here, so it's got to come out to here at least. Okay, it can't go any farther than that because this needs to do that. Now that is there. This has to do that one, which gives me a T here. This, if it took that, would break that. Even if it took that, it would then break this. So we have another shape here. Then there's that. No, that is wrong. It is that. Like that. There are the ones in the doorways here. Precision 5. Okay, well that does this. It does not come up to here. Because this shape is either going to be that, which it can't be. This, which it can't be. That. I don't see any other paths to take with that one. So that's what we're doing. Now this one's 5 long. We have precision and polyomino. That, it's got to be 5 in area, so it's got to keep going, which makes it part of that one. Now, if that were to turn here, it would hit that. So it doesn't. It does that. If this were to do that, then this one would be broken, and that would be broken. So this one does not come down here. It goes out that way. It might take that one and then a couple there, or that one and then the same two there. But this one is going to be that. Now, this, for that to be part of a U, if it did this, that would be broken. If it did that, this would be broken. I think that it has to do that. I think that's the only way it works. We go there. Now this region is going to have to take that, which means it's part of this T. Up here, it doesn't take that because that would create the single. Which means it isn't there. So it's here. That tells us exactly what that does. This region has to come up here, and that's going to tell us what that is. This can't take that. So it's that. This one is there. This is, no, not that. It was almost there. It's that one. And then this is that shape. Come through this doorway way over here. Yeah, one more. That. We can say that. Precision. Everything's a 3. This has to come out here, and it's going to do that. So there's that. There's that. There's something there. This one. Ooh. Okay. This one can't do that. So it must do that. Now, if this did that, this wouldn't work. So it does that. This does that. Then there's 3 here. And that to finish it. Right. Is there anything way down there? I cannot see it. If there is. We will continue down this path, following the trail. Is it going to become that? That is not a window. Okay. That is something that looks like it used to be one, but now is not. Yeah, okay. We will continue in the next one. Thanks for watching. I'll see you then. Bye. And this time, I'm going to be very careful to exit. Bye.